Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Car Topics Explained. And today, as promised, we're going to continue doing GTR content. But today's video won't be about an R34 as per usual. But that doesn't make this car any less special, because today I will be covering the Nismo 400R. And let's just dive in. Much like the Z-Tune package for the R34 GT-R, the 400R package was a setup developed by Nismo to be applied to an R33 GT-R chassis. And while it isn't quite as rare as the Z-Tune's total of 19 cars, the 400R is still pretty rare, with it being believed that only 44 R33 GT-Rs received the 400R treatment. And unsurprisingly, there are quite a few cool things that make the cars special. And let's just skip to my favorite part of all Nismo cars, the engine. The 400R was equipped with a bored and stroked 2.8-liter RB26, which is also known as the RBX GT2. Yep, that's right, the RBX. Definitely the coolest sounding RB engine code I've ever heard of. And obviously, the displacement and name weren't the only special things about it. The cylinder head and block were reinforced, the whole thing was made more durable with the addition of forged pistons, a forged crankshaft, a forged connecting rod, and of course, upgraded N1 spec turbos. The cars would also get some better piping and, of course, an upgraded intercooler. The 400R also came with a titanium exhaust. So what was the resultant power? Well, about 400 horsepower. Which, given the name of the car, is consistent. And so, when you increase power like that on a car, you have to upgrade other aspects of it to meet the demands of the upgraded powertrain. I know this, you probably know this, but Nismo sure as hell knew too. To avoid overheating problems, they implemented the use of an improved engine oil cooling system, as well as using racing oils. The car was also equipped with a twin-plate clutch, a carbon propeller shaft, Bilstein shock absorbers, a titanium strut brace, and some Nismo upgrades for the brakes. But this is only behind-the-scenes stuff, or under-the-hood stuff. Let's move on to what you can touch and feel when you drive, and what bystanders get to admire when it's parked or driving by. For the exterior, the 400R got a full makeover from Nismo. New elements present in the 400R body kit include bespoke badges. If you look at the front bumper, you can see ducts for the air intake, oil cooling system, brakes, and some bits for the intercooler. Other body elements include a new wing, side skirts, and a carbon fiber LM style hood. The wheels are Nismo's, of course, and they are called LM GT1s. On the inside, the driver gets to enjoy the Nismo Type R bucket seats, a leather 400R badge steering wheel, a titanium shift knob, 3 extra gauges, and a new gauge cluster that includes a speedometer that goes up to 320 kilometers per hour, and a tachometer that goes up to 11,000 RPMs. And unlike the Z-Tune, these cars weren't repainted in exclusive color or had anything done in the theme of Nismo's red and black. Instead, the cars got to keep their original factory paint and just receive the performance modifications and some modest stripe decals. Let's go through some of these R33s, shall we? First off, we've got the yellow prototype 400R, also known as 400R-000-T1. The car was originally a 1995 V-Spec that was born with a KL0 Spark Silver paint job. Moving on to the actual production cars, there is no info on the first 400R chassis. Yet. 400R number 2 was a 1996 V-Spec, and as you can see, it retained its factory BN6 deep marine blue paint job, and it has apparently recently been spotted in South Africa. Chassis 3 and 4 have no info yet. Chassis number 5 was also a 1996 V-Spec, but it was born in QM1 white and was brought into the UK recently by GTR Heritage Centre. Chassis number 6 is unknown. Chassis number 7 was, as you can see, a 1996 V-Spec painted in LP2 Midnight Purple. The most recent report says it is in Sydney, Australia. Chassis 8 through 11 are undocumented. Chassis 12 is located in Indonesia, and I can't confirm the model year, but it is a QM1 white, and most likely a 1996. Chassis 13 through 15 are unknown. Chassis number 16 started out as a 1996 QM1 white V-Spec, and I don't have anything to confirm or hint at its current location. Chassis 17 and 18 are unknown. Chassis number 19 was born as a 1996 V-Spec with a KN6 dark gray pearl paint job, and it would appear to be located in Hong Kong at Contempto Concept HK Motors. Chassis number 20 was a 96 V-Spec in KR4 Sonic Silver, and it could potentially still be in Japan. Chassis 21 was also a 96 V-Spec in Sonic Silver, and so was chassis number 22. Chassis 23 to 26 are all, you guessed it, unknown. Chassis number 27 was also a Sonic Silver car. Chassis 28 is unknown. Chassis 29, however, is a Sonic Silver 96 V-Spec.
Daring today, aren't we?
And it looks like it's in Canada. Chassis 30 is, well, you know, well, you don't know because it's forget it. I'm just going to skip the cars that aren't documented now. Chassis 31 is a 1996 car painted in BT2 Champion Blue. Chassis 33 is a 1996 car painted in AR1 Super Clear Red 2 and looks to still be in Japan. Chassis 34 was born as a V-Spec with a LP2 Midnight Purple paint job and is in Finland.
Finland!
Chassis 37 was born as a 1997 Midnight Purple V-Spec. Chassis 38 looks to still be in Japan and is painted in a nice BN6 Deep Marine Blue. And finally, chassis number 40 was born as a 1998 Deep Marine Blue R33 GT-R V-Specs, and it seems to be in the UK. And while this should be obvious, I feel the need to say that things can change after I upload this video. For instance, the cars could change owners, or be repainted, or be crushed, or whatever. There are still quite a few 400Rs still unaccounted for that might be discovered after I upload this video. If you want to get up to speed on things pertaining to the 400R, or just learning everything there is to know on anything to do with GTRs and Skylines, whether it's R32s, R33s, and R34s, then head over to my source for today's video, GTRregistry.com. It is honestly the site I frequent the most right now, just because the data and information they have on there is so interesting. But that's all I've got on the 400R for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you liked it and want to see others like it, then check out my series, Car Topics Explained. I cover things like movie cars, race cars, cars that haven't come out yet, importing cars into the US, and of course, rare cars like the 400R. And if you did like this video, you really should check out the video I did on the Z-Tune. But beyond Car Topics Explained, I do vlogs, hands-on car reviews. I am covering my own personal experiences with buying and modifying my own cars, and I do gaming content. So if any of that tickles your fancy, then have a peruse through my channel, and if you're extra cool, then maybe even subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. I, Tom, the Racing Joker, will be signing out. Have a pleasant day, or night. Have a nice 24 hours, and of course, keep it crazy.